What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to Open That Thing, the channel where we all gather around to learn the history of a game and then open it together. Today we're going to be opening up Dragon Warrior, a game I'm quite fond of. I've been wanting to do this one for a while now and I've been dragging my feet about it. Dragon Warrior was developed by Enix for the Nintendo Entertainment System. It was first developed in Japan in 1986 under Dragon Quest by Yuji Horii, and then later localized for North America in 1989 under the new name Dragon Warrior. The reason for the name change was because Enix ran into legal issues with a fantasy role-playing game in the West. I guess you could say that Enix had a critical miss on that one. To many, Dragon Warrior is considered to be the first console RPG. Yuji Horii took inspiration from Western RPGs like Wizardry and Ultima. While these games were good, they were quite difficult to understand for anyone who wasn't heavily invested in them. Dragon Quest made it so anyone could pick up an RPG and really broadened the market for the genre. Before this game, anyone who wanted to experience role-playing had to find a group of friends to campaign with, often with mixed results.
Let the battle commence! Here. Ah! What are you doing? It's supposed to be fake fighting! This is learning! It's fake fighting! Fake fighting! What are you doing?
I thought we were actually fighting.
No!
Someone should have told me that!
Wow. What a time to be alive. The character design and artwork for Dragon Warrior was done by Akira Toriyama, most recognized for creating the Dragon Ball franchise. The staff would send Toriyama ideas and rough sketches for monsters, and he would draw them up in his own signature style. Perhaps the most popular monster he designed was the Slime, which was actually inspired by a monster called Bubbly Slime from the Wizardry series. The simplicity and brilliance of this character eventually led it to become the series' mascot. In Dragon Warrior, players can control a character or party of characters that can walk into towns to buy weapons or armor as well as items to defeat monsters. Outside of towns, you have the world map, and in the world map, players can encounter random monster attacks. By defeating these monsters, you get granted experience which will improve your character as well as your level and abilities. Leveling your character can take time though, and the grind can be boring, so try not to fall asleep. Once the party defeats the monster by winning the battle, each party member gains experience points in order to reach new levels. When a character gains a new level, the stats of that character are upgraded. Winning battles also rewards players with gold, which can be used to purchase items. In addition to the experience points and gold awarded for successfully defeating monsters, occasionally items will be dropped as well that are added to the player's inventory. It's always such a boss feeling to get that +3 sword, which is slightly better than your +2 sword. The game was well received in Japan. It was so popular, in fact, it was not rare to have a random encounter with a stranger who played the game. Nintendo overestimated how popular it would be in the West, however. It became apparent that Nintendo was not going to sell many copies of the game, so they began giving away a copy to subscribers of Nintendo Power, in an effort to get a fan base installed in the West. This actually worked, and Dragon Warrior became a successful franchise in the Western market. Okay everyone, so we got our copy of Dragon Warrior here. Dragon Warrior actually came with a lot of stuff compared to other Nintendo games. It came with a map and a stat card as well as the manual. So we'll go ahead and open it here. As you can see, it's quite packed to the brim. So we'll take out the card first with the sleeve. And then all the goodies. Alright, so we'll move that box to the side there. So first, we've got our stat card. Our Dragon Warrior Adventures Guide tells you what level you get different abilities at and whatnot. It was a very cool little addition that they added. The manual, you'll notice this is a very, very thick manual compared to other games. All in color, lots of information, so very cool. And the hardest thing to get for these is the map, which I have actually right here. So let's see. This is a bit old, so hopefully it won't break. Alright. Oh, a little bit of a rip, but it's okay. So we've got our map. Very cool map. Let's see if I can bring in the front. Okay, let's see. We'll raise it a bit. Almost dropped my camera there. So there's the map. Very big map, very cool. So I'll set that down and I'll flip it over. So if you flip it over, this is the monster guide. So all the monsters and whatnot were here as well. So the map is the most common thing that gets destroyed. Mine's not in the greatest condition, unfortunately, but most of them weren't in great condition to start with. So if you're looking for a set like this, if you just wanted the cart and you didn't care about anything else, you'd be spending about $3 to $4. So that would be just for the cart. If you wanted the cart along with the manual and the box, you'd be spending around $25 for all three. And if you wanted the whole shebang, you wanted the stat card and the map, those usually go for $50 to $75 depending on the quality of the map. So, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Have you played Dragon Warrior? Chances are, if you have, you're probably older like me. And if you haven't, maybe give it a try, you know, throw down $3 or $4, see what you can do.
I'd like to take a minute to give a shout out to the Brindle Bros. They made the funny clip of the role players earlier in the video. You can go ahead and check out their channel. They do some funny things with the camera, and you can tell them Chris sent you, and maybe they'll give you a free taco or something.